Well, hello again after a very, very long break. My apologies for anyone who's come and checked out my three only videos that I have posted originally. Thanks for coming back. If you're here viewing this video on Stark Realities, finally got some time and opportunity to sit down and do another kind of overview of some edged weapons. In particular, today I'm going to be covering a piece from Arms and Armor that I've had for a few years now, and had been meaning to before now to do a overview review of this particular item. And in this case, it's going to be the Type M Dane axe, as they advertise on their page. There have been other reviews done of this axe. I'm sure if you look for them, you can find them. There's also some other Arms and Armor axes that have been reviewed in addition to this one. A little bit background on this particular piece. Like I said, I've had it for a while. It's been kind of a piece that sits in the corner, not getting used a whole lot. I've done a little bit of cutting with it, but nothing substantial, mostly cardboard and things like that. This particular axe has been a part of the A&A inventory of items they've sold for literally decades. It's had some different incarnations. The early versions had a round pole. As you can see, this is a squared off pole. So a later incarnation, if you will. First, let me say this is a huge axe. This is a massive axe head. It is really kind of, I mean, this is next to my body, as you can see. It is a huge weapon, fearsome in design, and there are accounts in the sagas as well as artistic renditions of this, the Bio tapestry being one of the primary extant historical documentations of this axe, where they are shown being used in battle or other circumstances. In fact, I believe there's one instance where this type of axe is being held by William of Normandy at some point. The huscarls of King Harold are shown using these. Truly a fearsome and devastating weapon. Like I said, this is the Dane axe. According to A&A's page, it's based off a Danish example that's in the British Museum in London. Approximate dating is 1000, but I would imagine these style of axes, Type M, according to I believe it's Peterson typology, with the relatively equal swelling of the blade going out to the edge, as opposed to like Type L, where it is straighter off the top with a beard. The characteristic little languettes, I guess is what you would describe these spurs on the head of the axe, or the pole of the axe. Like I stated, this one's flat on the back, where creating a secondary place of percussion. People have described use of these, obviously with the horn, you can jab at your opponent. Let me move back here so I can get a little bit more of it in the... You just really can see this thing is massive. Massive axe. Dimensions listed on A&A's website is 56 inches with an approximately 10.5-inch edge and approximate weight of 3 pounds, which over this length is incredibly light. This thing is incredibly light. Very thin, as they were characteristically made. And designed for warfare. These are not wood axes. I'm sure you could trim some limbs with them. Absolutely. You could definitely trim some limbs with them, but off of a tree, but not designed for wood splitting. There were other axes that were better suited to that use. This thing is wicked sharp, very, very sharp, out of the box. As I recall, I think I got this as a Christmas or birthday present some years ago, and it is still super, super sharp. Ash haft, which is standard for ANA and their offerings. But I was very impressed with this. It's something that I kind of wanted over the years, and then it got given to me as a gift, so, you know, very happy about that. Big difference with this is that this is a unhardened version. This is all whatever steel they use, which I'm not sure what that steel is, but it'll hold an edge pretty darn well. Haven't really put it to the test to see how much cutting I can do before I have to dress the edge, but I would imagine it would not be particularly difficult. The secondary bevel on it is, I'd say, almost 1/4 inch wide. So not extremely acute, going to the very sharpest point of the edge from the shoulder of the edge. See how they use a wedge in there to expand that so it is attached firmly to the haft. These hafts are not tapering, or at least for the most part are tapering. I'm sure there's a little bit of taper. I've never measured it on the haft. I have wondered about the accuracy of these hafts. To my knowledge, there's no extant finds of axe handles from this time period. There may be. Correct me if I'm wrong. But splendid, a splendid weapon. In fact, this weapon was so successful, they were adopted all across Europe, from Ireland to Constantinople. Variations of the Type M style axe were used. And you hear that ring like a bell. In fact, it was so popular, I think it maintained usage in probably a little more exaggerated forms all the way up into the 13th century. And if you look at the Morgan Bible, you will see axes that look more of a crescent and a less of a cant, but still the same essential blade profile on a two-handed haft. And with good reason, and probably more robustly built, because they were starting to encounter more and more armor reinforcement, heavier helmets, etc. So it was a good idea to go ahead and make those axe heads stronger, and maybe even reinforce them with languette straps going down, you know, right through here. But very happy with this axe. Haven't had a lot of axes in my collection over the years. This is definitely a keeper. To that end, the new ones now are all heat treated, and therefore they have a harder edge, so better edge retention, but a little more difficult in putting an edge on, but not a lot. And they're going for $370 on their website at A&A Arms and Armor. plus shipping and handling, of course. Not much more I can say about this axe, other than to sit back and let y'all take a gander at it. The finish is what some people would call rough. You can see grind marks on there. There's probably a little bit of patina on mine. It's kind of been sitting in the corner, not doing much of late. Here, let me move back again. And then over by me. So that give you an idea. My bottom hand is almost at the end here, and my upper hand. Great big axe. Awesome, great big axe. So once again, my apologies for the extreme delay in doing any kind of review whatsoever. I hope you all come back for any future reviews. Hopefully they'll be a lot more timely than this one. I hope you enjoyed the overview review. I'm hoping at some point to be in a better position to actually do a little more extensive review and do some demonstrations of cutting, but that still remains in the future. Be sure and comment if you feel like it. If you have any questions, I will certainly try and answer those in regards to anything I review or overview on Stark Realities. So once again, thank you, and until next time, we'll see you then.